This I'm waiting for quite a long time. I actually ordered it in advance and it finally arrived. It's the, I can't pronounce it, but it's a Trionfi Della Luna Tarot and it's by Patrick Valenza. And I'm telling you, I cannot wait to see it because I have his other decks as well. But I thought, like, have these in pips would just be really, really amazing. Let me open this box up and we're going to go ahead and review this deck. Give me a sec. Ready? Here we go. Rip this thing open like I'm a kid at Christmas time. The box is a typical, just it's matte. It's really nice. It's from, it was a US Games where I picked it up from. I think it was like 30 bucks or something, or 19 bucks, 20 bucks. I have no idea. Go on the website, check them out. That's where I bought it from, was from US Games directly. I see it inside the box. Okay. I like how, yeah, it's just like normal. It's, typical box. All right. The guidebook that comes with this thing is pretty standard. Let's see. Talked about him making it. It goes through the different cards. If you already know tarot, I'm not going to go into these too much because you probably know the meanings as well. Any spreads in the book? Let's see at the back here. It's notes, and there is a spread. There's one spread called the Starburst spread, and it has a total of 6 cards. The middle is a heart. It's probably what the core is. Yep. Daybreak is what highlights opportunities. That's pretty cool. 3 comes down here is the hopes, dreams. It's almost like a Celtic cross a little bit, the way it's worded here. Identifies challenges and obstacles. That's the comet. And then go up to 5 is the North Star, your guidance or direction you should follow. And then the 6 to crown, which is a potential future. So it does kind of sound a little bit like the Celtic cross, even though it's not. And then the deck itself is in this wrap. Let's see if we can get this off really quick without damaging the cards. Okay, so give me a second here. Take this off. Okay, so the quality of the cards. Not bad. Well, they're kind of thin, actually. I'm a little surprised. I thought they'd be a little bit thicker. They're definitely a little bit thinner. And they have a little bit of a, not plastic, but like a veneer or something over the top of them. So I guess that's good, which means it'll give you some more longevity out of the cards so they don't fall apart. Now I was going to run through the majors and then go off into the minors. So let me drop the camera down a little bit here and we're going to get tight and just rip right through them. So we start off with the Fool. It's a great magician. 3 legs. That's interesting. High Priestess. The Empress. Alcinae. It's actually pretty wild. The Emperor. Hierophant. I like that. The demons bow down to him. The Lovers. The Chariot. That's wild. Justice. The Hermit. I like that. Wheel of Fortune. Strength. Hangman. That would be Death. Temperance. That's interesting. The Devil. I don't have much commentary on this. If you have any thoughts about it yourself, drop them below in the comments. I like to hear what you have to say about it, but it's definitely an interesting deck. I like the Tower card. The Star. After destruction comes hope. Then we have the Moon. The Sun. That's interesting. Judgment. And then we'll wrap it up with the World. Now we're going to go on to the minors. So let me get them situated here. We'll rip through those cards next. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do them side by side just to kind of get a feel how they look towards each other. So we're going to put the elements, or sorry, the suits all in a line and run through them that way. That way we can contrast and compare. So give me a second. Let me raise the camera up a little bit and share these with you. Okay, we're going to run through these cards the way they came in the pack. So they're in opposite direction. It's going to go from the king down to the ace. So king of coins, which is your pentacles, king of wands, king of cups, and king of swords. Can you feel the intellect there and just the mind at work with the knife? That's interesting. The king of cups, you feel emotion, drunkenness in that card. The king of wands, you feel like the artistic flair or that person who is just I don't know, a creative. And then the king of coins is all around money. So that's interesting for sure. I'm really digging these so far. The queens, what we got going on with the queens? See queen of swords as well, just coming out of battle. Her wit, her might, she burns down the fire. That's wild. The queen of cups is nurturing. The queen of wands has a fire in her as well, that energy, that creative passion. And then the coins is again, has everything she needs. Yeah, boy, does she ever. All right. We're going to go to the knight. These are, by the way, knights are always fire. It doesn't matter what suits. So when you look at the knights, you have like fire, fire, right? You have fire, water, fire, air, fire, water, fire, fire, and fire, earth. And when you have fire and air, that creates what? Just total combustion, right? Just an infernos. Fire, fire is like a volcano, it just erupts. Fire and water with the Knight of Cups is peaceful, it's slowed down, and then fire and earth really doesn't burn, so it moves slow. It can move quickly if the air kicks it, but fire and earth can either burn out or not burn at all, depending on where it's at. So as you can see here, the Knight of Coins is just relaxed, chill, typical of the Knight. Slow moving, passive card. Knight of Wands wants to go into battle. You can kind of feel that here with this card. Then you have the Knight of Cups. You can see how it's bringing a message of something. And then the Knight of Swords just wants to go out and get it and take out the enemy. All right, the pages, that's cool. Pages are a little bit immature across the board. And you can see here the Page of Swords using the mind to beat the snake or beat the dragon, whatever that is. Page of Cups is drunkenness, immature again. Page of Wands, again, I'm seeing the creative in this suit here, the way he illustrated these cards. And then the Page of Coins. Yep, chasing money, ideas, things like that. Oh, the tens. This is interesting. All right, we have the Ten of Swords. Can't get any worse than that now, can it? That's right. That's something right there. Ten of Cups, I feel the harmony in that card. Ten of Wands feels burdened, overwhelmed. And then the Ten of Coins, generational wealth, sharing with the family, the king given to his, I believe those are his children, or I don't think they're his peasants or his slaves. It looks like more like some family because this card's all around generational wealth normally in the reading. So that's how I'm kind of seeing that. Now we're going to go to the 9, yeah, in your own head. It's funny, I did a reading today. If you head over to my blog, wordswithatwist.com, you can read about the cards I pulled on exactly this, being caught up in your head. The 9 of Wands, and then the 9 of Coins. Yeah, I can definitely feel the attainment there. Has everything that is needed, just at peace with the world and everything around. That's a great feel, good vibe on that card. The 9 of Wands, yeah, just beat up, but not going to give up the battle, but definitely tired, struggling, a little bit of gray clouds above your head, a little bit of blood dripping from the subconscious of the moon, white truth, you can see it. So you know what's going on and you're not going to stop. That's why the face looks kind of, look at the face here, right? It looks a little bit intense. Great illustrations, right? Beautifully done, beautifully rendered. Then we have the 9 of Cups. This is supposed to be a wish card, right? Like everything goes well, but here more seeing gluttony than anything else. So has all of his cups, drank everything, just filled with it, doesn't lack by any means. That's interesting rendition. And then, of course, the 9 of Swords is in your head. The 8, that's a really wild 8. So usually the 8 is easy to break away. You just kind of pop the strings off and away you go. But this one you see more in like a shroud of this material holding you back with the swords actually holding into the garment. But you can see with one eye. So that's a really different rendition of the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Cups. Nothing left, time to move on. It's interesting too, if you notice here, he has a 5. He's moving away from that. 5 contention, nothing left. You follow me with the Rider Waite? It's the same type of vibe. Let me show you. So you see here the 8 of Cups, how in the Rider Waite rendition, he's walking away, or the figure is walking away. And because there's nothing more left. You just got to leave because there's no reason to stay. But the configuration is different, right? Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, 2 decision, 1 potential. So leave the struggle behind. That's your 5 because you made the decision and new things are going to follow. Here it's a little different. This card, the way he rendered it, you have a 5 in a pyramid, right? So it's almost like the potential is not there. You have struggle. You need to decide, do you leave or do you stay? Do you leave or do you stay? That's how I'm reading that card. And it's really interesting the way he laid it out. And then smelling the rose too, like there's better things. And the rain, notice the rain too in the sun. Pay attention to detail. The rain's falling on the struggle. The sun's shining on the decision. You see that? And then the clothing is blue. Blue is emotion. If you go to my website as well, I have a whole section on color and psychology of color and tarot. You can check that out if you want. It goes through what the colors mean, how you tie it into tarot as well. And it actually goes in here really well because the face is white. He knows the truth. He's got to move on. He knows the struggle is not worth the pain. And the decision to walk away is the right one. If it's upside down, then you're reading it like, well, I'm not ready to leave because there's still more to overcome, right? Or there's more to contend to. Anyway, then you have the 8 of Wands. Messages coming really quick, coming at you pretty hard and fast. And then, of course, the 8 of Coins. Okay. Then we're going to go to the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. Okay, 7 of Wands and then the 7 of Coins. 8 of Coins, a master of his craft. On the 8, digging for the coins. A little different vibe with this deck. And then you have the 7 of Coins here, which is really looking at what you have grown. And some people say it's all about, do you have enough? It's more like you're observing what you have done and taking pride in it as well. And the 5 and the 2, again, it's like that 5 brings freedom because you make good decisions for your crops to grow or for your skill set to grow. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 coming at you, which is disharmony. And 1 is a potential that you hold. So are you going to allow that harmony to happen or are you going to allow that harmony to get the best of you? But you're going to stand and fight with everything you got. That's why the fire is burning hot. Here you're making a decision on what it is you want to do. And there's so many choices you can't make up your mind. So you're kind of confused. Gray clouds makes a lot of sense in this card. And then, of course, you have the 7 of Swords here sitting at the end. 2 left behind. Taking the rest and they're bloody. That's interesting rendition as well. Now we're going to go to the 6. Okay. I wasn't going to comment, but boy, these are really cool cards. They're wild. I'm really digging them. All right, you got the 6 of Swords, 6 of Cups. See the butterflies too. Butterflies represent transformation. So it's interesting because this card is more about thinking about memories, nostalgia, things of that nature. But here is also transforming those ideas or those memories with the butterflies coming out of the cup. 6 of Wands. Is that Hell Caesar type of a vibe going on? Might be. And then the 6 of Coins. Right? The 5s. Oh, cutting her own head off there. 5 of Swords is like just total chaos. 5 of Cups. Brokenness. I like that rendition where the cups are underwater. You can't see them, but the fish. Swimming with the fishes. That's a cool segue right there. He's going into like a mafia type of a thing. You know, you're swimming with the fishes, kid. Interesting. Then you have the 5 of Wands. Okay. That's your competition card. This is winning by any means necessary. And this is where you compete. And it's usually a friendly type of a fight. A little bit unfair at times if it's upside down, but it's a friendly fight, but it's heavy key competition. And you don't want to engage sometimes. This really is around the 5 of Coins, around being destitute. Did I miss a card? I'm going to go back here in a minute and look. Yeah, the 4s, the 4 of Swords. That's resting. Okay. They say that with the roses, there's 5 petals, and what protects your hands from the thorns are the petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he has 7 here. And that's just interesting. It kind of goes into Kabbalah a little bit. So that's where I'm kind of picking up the vibe on this card. The 4 of Cups, the call it the pity party card. Like, stop, like, get over yourself. Like realize the potential is sitting right behind you rather than ignoring it. Stop being a baby, kind of a thing. Four of Wands is a celebration, and then the Four of Coins is like a miser, somebody that can be greedy, holds on too tight, even to his demise. Yeah, I'm getting a different vibe with these cards. These are going to be really great for if you're into political readings or culture readings. This would be a really fun deck to use. The Three of Swords, the three. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The Three of Cups, the Three of Wands, and then the Three of Coins working. Oh, I see. Putting the extra coin up there, still only two people, not three as in the Rider Waite. That's a really interesting rendition. The Two of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Two of Wands, and then the Two of Coins. Okay. And then we're going to wrap it up with the Aces. I like the Aces a lot. I love the Cups. It's wild. Okay, the Wands. A little pinky, like a cup of tea. English thing right there. You have the Pentacles, and then you have the Swords. Getting the finger out. That's interesting. And that's the deck. What are your thoughts on it? I actually really like it. So let's do a quick shuffle and see how they perform with the shuffle. But before we do, I want to jump into this card again, the Six of Coins. I thought I skipped it, but I didn't because I didn't pick up on the vibe of the giving what's needed. When you compare this Six of Coins to the Six of Pentacles in the Rider Waite, you're going to see what I'm talking about. All right, so there it is. There's the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Coins. This can be read one of two ways. The traditional way of reading the Six is all around giving you what is fair or giving you enough that you need for right now. Somebody else is giving you what they think you need, right? Also could be kind of the way I read it sometimes is that someone who's a tyrant is giving you a pittance because that's all you deserve, right? Not a penny more kind of a thing. So some people will get mad when I say that, but oh well, I don't really care because that's how I read it. And so again, it can represent fairness or represent just being a prick, right? When you look at this card here, this Six of Coins, it has a different feel to it because I guess the fish is what you're feeding and you're going to give him enough or not. I don't feel that vibe by doing this card is this card gives us. So let's go to the little booklet and see what it says around the Six of Coins. All right. According to him, what does he say that the Six of Pentacles or Six of Coins is all about? Cups, Wands, where are you at? Coins. He says that the Six of Coins is all about a thirsty fish ignores the life-saving water spilling from above. Okay, I can feel that. And instead focuses its attention on the six shiny coins. Although the coins are beautiful, they will do nothing. Next page. To save the fish from deadly dehydration. That's an interesting rendition. Okay. Pyramid 2 just caught that. Upright meaning is charity, caring for those in need, sharing prosperity, a generous donation, having a benefactor, gratitude, or misguided priorities. Reverse, it means there's a scam, greed, selfishness, being able to pay back debts, unable. Ulterior motives disguised as benevolence. It's a distraction. So that's what it means. Okay, I could definitely agree with that. So now let's go ahead and shuffle these and see how they go. I'm going to bring the camera up just a tad. So let's first go sideways to see how they flip in together. Let's go. Yeah, that's pretty darn nice, right? Now we're going to go this way here and see how they... Oops. Okay. And they slide in together perfectly. Now, did they bend back? Yeah, I don't know if I like this cardstock. I love the cards. The cards are amazing, but I don't know if I like the actual card stock itself. Well, probably okay. Overhand shuffle. Side shuffle. Yeah, okay. They really slide together really nicely. All right. What we got? 9 of coins. Your message for today, my friends, is you have everything you need to be successful. So don't sweat the small stuff. That's what the cards say. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, if you enjoyed this little quick deck review of this new Della Luna Tarot by Patrick Valenza, let me know below. Drop it in the comments and say, hell yeah, I dig this deck review big time because it's a killer deck. And if you're going to buy it, let me know. Until next time, I want to see all of you in my next video. All right. Bye, everyone.